into new business. Item B, city manager contract amendment. City Manager Mackey.
Thank you, Mayor. So as is in the council agenda, attached is an amendment to my existing city manager / VP director appointment contract. About a little less than 3 years remain on that combined contract. The proposed amendment, which was presented to the BPU board, ONG, and the mayor, provides that I would complete the remainder of the combined contract, but it would shorten it by about 3 months to an anniversary date of July 5th, which is the date I was originally hired, so that things line up that way. And then at the conclusion of the 3 years, I would transition out of the city I would, at the end of the 3 years, exit from the city manager role. So this is being requested kind of as a leadership transition for the future, so that the council and the public know that my intent is at the end of that period to transition out of the city manager role. I would, or what's being proposed is that the remaining 2 years there would be at the BPU solely as the BPU director, so that I could help get in place the replacement for that to move forward. So with that, that's what this amendment does, is change the end date to July 5th, 28, as being city manager, and setting a 2-year time frame with the potential to continue for 2 years at the BPU. This is, again, a leadership transition. As I work towards my retirement, I would like to, of course, leave the city in the best possible light as possible. We have a number of positions, critical positions, over the next 3 years that we'll be needing to work on. One being the treasurer's position, and probably the finance director as well. So making this presentation or announcement seems to be the right time, so that we all know what we have coming in the future. As you know, we're working on the police chief replacement, which hopefully we'll know in the next several weeks. That being said, also the proposed amendment reduces the annual salary increase for the discretionary 4% to just a fixed 3%, that would be split between the BPU and the city as is currently done. I'm happy to take any questions, but all the BPU board, the ONG committee, and mayor have reviewed the proposal and are supportive of the amendment's adoption.
Councilman Bentley.
Can you say a few words about how the job hunt is going for the electric and water?
So, the water department, we're working with an internal candidate at this time. We're working through a certification process. If that looks like it will go to mid-summer for his last certification test. He's tested before and just not been successful. We're going to go one more shot on that. And then on the replacement on the electric side, we have not pursued that yet, basically because I'm learning the job that was left to me so that I can train the next person that comes on. And so we'll be looking at that here in the near future.
Currently, what's your week look like? Is it 60-70% BPU?
That's really kind of a hard question to answer because it's based on the duties that are kind of in front of me at that particular time. I guess I haven't necessarily given a thought on what that percent is. The way that it's currently split, so split according to contract was, based on pay, was 60% is paid by the BPU, 40% by the city. We've reduced that on the city side because I am spending more time on the BPU side. So I believe it's 80-20 right now because, you know, we do have Mr. Fry picking up extra duties on the city side.
Yeah, I don't know how it's tenable or makes sense that you are doing 4 full-time jobs. So I'm gonna vote no, but I'm sure it'll pass.
Well, to answer your question about 4 full-time jobs, that's not necessarily the case, Councilman, because I can't do what we're doing on my own. We have a number of staff that have stepped up and are assisting me on the BPU side as well as the city side to make sure that nothing's getting missed. So in effect, we really are, the city is saving money both on the BPU and the city side, and you know, we're working towards those full-time replacements.
Thank you. No, I think I get that, and I mean, it's just a curmudgeonly no that I'm gonna vote, because I'm of the opinion that if we were a real city council, we would send this to O&G and we would re-examine the whole thing, because it doesn't make any sense to me that we've gone 6 or 8 months and we're going indefinitely longer without those 2 positions being filled, and you're the head of BPU and the head of the city, and everything kind of seems fine, so I don't know what the answer is, but I'm gonna vote no.
Mayor Pro Tem Palladino.
Thank you, Mayor Sessions. We did discuss this at O&G, and I understand that concern, and right, my hobby horse has been, a city needs some one person in charge that you can hold responsible. Now, not only do we have a mayor and a city manager, but the city manager isn't really fully in charge of the city management side of things. So I asked Dave during the meeting, would you consider the possibility of going full-time BPU and water? It seems that's where your passion lies, or at least you're out of the firing line, so that's nice at bare minimum. But just to reiterate, you haven't counted out that possibility. Or, sorry, BPU and electric would be more likely, correct?
Correct, that's what we've discussed before.
Okay. I still think that I'm gonna vote yes on this because it at least gives us direction. I still do think that would be best for the city. If you can handle those jobs in your current state, I think taking them on fully would make sense, and then we have one city manager, or if you wanna hire someone else to be BPU director and electric director, and you stay on full-time as city manager. But I do think it is very important that we just have someone who has their eyes on every aspect of the city. That's their full-time consideration. So I see your point, but I will be voting yes on this.
Council discussion. Seeing none, may I have a motion to approve to approve the city manager's amended contract?
So moved.
Support, I have a motion by Councilman Morrissey, supported by Councilman Soha. Any more council discussion? Seeing none, may I have a roll call vote? City Clerk Price.
Yes, Councilperson Stuchel,
Yes.
Wolfram,
Yes.
Mayor Sessions,
Yes.
Councilperson Bentley,
No.
Councilperson Flynn,
Yes.
Morrissey,
Yes.
Palladino,
Yes.
and Soha.
Yes.
7-1, that's approved.
All right, thank you.